you. And I don't want to constantly see our people kicking you, dogging you out. But they're giving the white man a free ride. They love him. He's white. He's all right. But if you're black, get back. They're going to dog the brother out.
Are you quoting? Hold on, Sister Zakia, are you quoting George Blakemore around here? Because that show sounded like a George Blakemore quote.
Because, you know why I say that? Because in our day and time, that was the saying. Our parents used to say that. That was really a saying that back in, just before your time, Maze. So you got to remember, we old school. And that was the saying. If you yellow, you mellow. See, that goes in there with it, too. If you yellow, you mellow. If you white, you all right. But if you black, get back. And I see examples of this with this Willie Wilson comment. They're dogging him out. White man ain't said nothing. Just grin when he come over. He's my son. There ain't nothing wrong, man. We like my son. But they're going to dog that brother out every time. Yeah, well, he can stop saying it if it's hurting him. I know how he feels, though. I think I do because of the death of his son. You got to read his book. What should I do now when I now don't know what to do? That's the name of his book, something like that. And he talks about that ordeal in his life when his son got killed and how the gangs was going to come shoot up the funeral and the Nation of Islam got involved. And, hey, they were like soldiers at that brother's funeral, okay? Anyway, good book to read. It's easy reading, and it's not a big book with a lot of pages and everything. That brother went through a whole lot. And I like Dr. Willie Wilson. I like his spirit. I like the way he treats his people. I like what he do for his people. And so if I find a fault with him, I bet you I won't be airing it out all over the public. He ain't this and he ain't that and this, that, and other. They know he can't articulate. You know when a person can't articulate and you use that against him to dog him out. But you get a white man a free ride. We love he white, he all right. Oh, please, our people need to quit it. So, yeah, that's what time it is. But I'm telling you, I'm with him. Because if you shoot one of mine, I'm just telling you. I want you to go after him. Real tough, go after him.
But sisters,
and hope me and the brothers don't get there first.
There it is.
Police, there won't be a need for the police.
See, that's what I said about the other guys. Now, thank you, Sister Zakia, for the call. Here's me, y'all. Like, this is so funny to me because, like, honestly, I'm just trying to talk to y'all about trying to help the brother win, right? And to me, it's like there's some things that you just, as you're running for office, you just don't say, right? And I'm not trying to say that we don't understand the difference, but why would you give somebody the hammer to hit you with? Right? And it's like, so now everybody who say he shouldn't have said that is a punk and y'all soft and y'all whatever. And I'm saying these are the people that advise your ass to ride the truck off the cliff. Those are the people. Dr. Wilson is in the game to win, right? And we want to see Dr. Wilson be successful. So if we know that we got a contingent of black people that are going to be hateful and are going to take that and run with it, like, why give it to them? Right? Like, and that's my point. Like, it's funny to me when I'm saying to y'all, like, family, you got a credible candidate that's somewhere in the space. And then you give people a hammer to hit him with, and you like, man, you knew what he meant. Right. But if I know what again, look at what happened on this show. We talked about racial disparities that had real facts that went with it, right? We talked about being 1, 3, 4 race, and everybody was like, man, say it. And then they took it and they beat us over the head with it. And I'm saying, having seen and experienced something like that, sometimes you just don't give the people the hammer to hit you with. There are black people that were mad at Willie Wilson for giving away free gas and groceries. Black people. So what do you think those same black people who want an excuse not to support Dr. Wilson? are going to do. And my premise is, it's like, family, at some point in the space, you like you ever been close and they be like, okay, fam, we're up by 2 points in the game. Don't shoot the ball. I know you got the gun. I know you got the hot hand. Don't shoot the ball. Because if you shoot the ball, instead of running the clock out, they have the opportunity to score again. And they can run down the court and shoot a 3, and where you had the game, but everybody saying, shoot. The people in the audience telling you, shoot, kill yourself. Then you miss the shot, and guess what happens, Riis? Somebody runs down the thing, and then it's the legends that folklore is made of. And I'm saying that a lot of times when we have our own confidence and we know we're secure in ourselves, we don't necessarily listen to other people. Family, if you think if you are a Willie Wilson voter, you are already he can say whatever he wants to say. That's the Trump component. But if you're behind and you need to pick up space, you don't say things that are going to make people reconsider. But your boys will tell you, yeah, fam, go ahead. Still on dude. Now, when you go to jail for stealing on dude, fam gonna be sitting outside like, man, free the guys. Because they told you to steal on them. Not because of strategy. Not because they want to win, because they like to be in the fight. And that's really just my point. And I'm just asking you, call you on the Mace Jackson Show. I don't think it's going to discourage any Willie Wilson voter from voting for him, but he needs to persuade people to come to his side. Call you on the Mace Jackson Show.
Hold on, it's loading in for some reason.
All right, it's the Mace Jackson Show. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break. And then when we come back, we can finish this conversation. All I'm just telling you is, guys, Riis, all the guys who used to tell me, go ahead and steal on them, get into the fight, go ahead, like all of those people, they might contribute to my bail, but they couldn't help me make up the class that I missed. Right? And I got to be the people's champ, but guess what? I got kicked out of school. So in the meantime, I'm losing. All the guys like, man, you whooped that mark. I'm out of school, and everybody like, Dad, why you ain't graduate? Because I was listening to the people who wasn't playing to win. I was listening to the people who said we was there. We had a fight. We whooped their ass. You whooped their ass, but then at the end of the day, again, don't shoot the ball. If it's 10 seconds on the clock and you can run out the clock and win the game, don't take the shot and give somebody an opportunity to go up the court and score and hit the game-winning shot. That's all I'm saying. It's the Mace Jackson Show. And then it's like, y'all crazy because y'all be like, do you understand? If you're a Willie Wilson voter, he doesn't need you. You're already on the team. Riis, there are people that Willie Wilson could go out and shoot people in the middle of downtown in front of the Bean, and we would still be with him. But that is not what the path to winning is. He's got to pick up other people. That's why I always ask, are y'all more interested in the fight than in the win? And that's why I was asking my man. He was like, man, you don't got to kowtow to the liberal media. No, fam, but there's a lot of people, like what you think the John Burge victim said. What do you think about all the people who got locked up for cannabis that we want to free at the same time, and they got hunted down? They didn't get hunted down like rabbits, but they got hunted down and put in the zoo. Right? We talk about the injustice in the justice system, and I know we want it. But again, we have to be clear about how we talk about it. It's the Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Why not Willie Wilson for mayor of Chicago? The criminals won't like Willie Wilson in the mayor's office. Fighting crime is Willie Wilson's first priority. Willie Wilson is ready to take on the criminals. Finally, Chicago, do it right. Willie Wilson for mayor.
If you're a business professional, have you ever wanted to multitask on your way to an important meeting instead of navigating through traffic? Fellowship Fleet Limousine and Bus Company is your solution for chauffeured ground transportation. Our company provides sedans, SUVs, stretch limousines, vans, and buses for corporate travel, airport transfers, and group shuttles. If you're a corporate travel manager, individual business professional, event or meeting planner, relax. Let us take the wheel. Visit fellowshipfleet.com to book right now.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Riis, we off that all day? All the calls gone? No more callers on the live line? All right, y'all. Salim says that is what Wilson is trying to do. He is trying to pick up white voters. So his constituency is locked. The challenge in that space is that, so he's got his black constituency locked. And I think Sister Zakiya got to the point that I was trying to say. Like, do y'all not understand that this is not necessarily a winning strategy with white folks? Because white folks got two options, right? They got Dr. Wilson and they got Paul Vallis. Who you think the tie goes to? See, I think when you look at the Herschel Walker analogy, the thing was it was two black candidates. So white folks didn't have an option. So if he's trying to pick up white votes, my question is, do you think that convinces them to go away from Paul Vallis? See, how often, this is the challenge in most campaigns is that, and I have to learn this sometimes too, is that I like to fight. And I'm ready to weather through it. But again, I like to fight, and I think my answer sounds super good. But then when the voters get to the polling place, they be like, nah, we read them letters. Having gone through a situation like that and listening to all the people who told you don't do this and what you better do and you going to be weak and blah, 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 blah. Part of our challenge is oftentimes we don't advise based to win. We advise on winning the fight, not the war. And that's all I'm going to say. All right. I want to move on. First of all, did y'all see the city council denied the mayor's $100 million ComEd deal? And I just want to point this out because I'm going to move to a different topic. Yesterday, city council denied Mayor Lightfoot denied her a powerful win when they blocked the franchise agreement between the city of Chicago and Mayor and ComEd. Now, Riis, I don't know who in there. I don't know what part of the mayor doesn't understand that nobody is going to give you the ability to lock them into a 15-year deal when they think they're going to get rid of you in 2 months. It's the same reason that there won't be a casino deal until after the mayor's race. Riis, why would I give the person that's on the way out the door the opportunity to lock me into a deal 15 years? You remember Lovey? Remember Lovey Smith? He knew he was getting fired. And so what did he do, Riis? He lost the last game and made them lose the number 1 pick, right? So why would I give a mayor that is about to lose, well, let me not say about to lose, that I think could potentially lose, why would I give her the right to make another lock me into a deal for 15 years? Would you do that? Does that make any sense? No. So the city council blocked it yesterday. Now, she would have had $120 million in discretionary money that she could have spent, but everybody was like, no. And then so she tried to blame it on parliamentary procedures because Alderman Andre Vasquez sent the bill to Rules Committee. So then she tried to come back and have another meeting real quick. You know how usually they say Alderman Beal and Alderman Lopez will defer and publish something, and then they'll say, we'll have a meeting. So they block it, and then they have a meeting 2 days later, and then they pass it. Well, this time, Riis, the city council didn't, this time the city council did not side with her. And so, Riis, the ComEd deal will not be signed until after the election. And guess what? If she don't win on February 27th, guess what? She ain't getting nothing else. She will officially be a lame duck. And so I think people are hedging their bets on the fact that she's not going to win. By the way, I don't know if you saw Mayor Lightfoot's one of her top allies came out yesterday for Paul Vallis, Tom Tunney. Now, you know Tom Tunney was also the first openly gay LGBTQ alderman. Now, there's more now, but he was the first. And so he has a lot of that North Shore base where Mayor Lightfoot won. And now the white LGBT community spokesperson guy just flipped over to Paul Vallis. What'd I tell you about white people? They white first. Like, you can put I be trying to tell y'all be black first. White folks be white first. They be like, he's a Republican. No, he white. Now, again, I just thought it was important for y'all to pay attention to the fact that they blocked this $120 million deal, 15 years, right? That's why you're not getting a casino. Like, she doing all this planning for the casino. You think J.B. Pritzker is going to allow the gaming board to pass and allow her to make the decisions for the biggest casino in the state, and she might not be here? Because, Riis, all you got to do is look at Lovey. Riis, if everybody voted you out, you gonna be nice on your way out the door. I'm taking the pencil sharpener. I'm taking all the keyboard, the L's off the keyboard. if it was Paul Vallis or Willie Wilson. I'm taking all the P's and the W's off of the keyboards. I'm not gonna make it easy for you. So why would I let you sign me up for a 15-year deal? So I thought it was important that you all paid attention to that yesterday. I was gonna expand it a little bit more, but I got somebody else that I want to get into. But we got calls on the line. Call you on the Mace Jackson Show. What's up?
Shalom, Mikey. What's going on, man?
What's up, Jake, man? We ain't heard from you all. Well, you might have called early this year, but we ain't heard from you in a minute, dog. What's going on, brother?
Everything's good, bro. Everything's on the up and up.
Hey, man, you straight? They got, sir, they had ice. I see they had ice storms down in H-Town, man. Y'all okay? I know you know how to navigate that because you from Chicago.
Oh, yeah. Ain't that. It's like freezing rain right now. You know what I mean? Or whatever. It's like 39 degrees. It ain't get no lower than that. That ain't that. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to below zero, man. I remember 79.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
That's
and
right.
Either one out.
You said the blizzard of 79. That's when my sister was born. But it's funny, Jake, because I was thinking about you when I saw the car sliding. I said, that's why Chicagoans get off the plane like, oh, this sweet. Y'all can't handle. They was like, shut everything down. Shut it down. I said, I bet Jake moving around Houston like it wasn't nothing, man. What's up, dog? How you feeling,
like
man?
It wasn't that. All right. I'm doing good. Hey, Willie gonna win that month. He gonna win it. Right, I think not win the whole thing. I think he can get into the runoff because he's working harder than them bars with the church. I didn't know it was that many churches in Chicago. Every week he had a different church, and that's his audience. And while they splitting up the other location, he got his little slice. But the thing is, right, when it comes to the come down, I don't know, bro. And I've seen it because I checked it out when he had the debate on that. You know what I'm saying? And they go off his speech. And a lot of us, you know how it is. So they just going to look at him like, you know what I mean? Regardless of how much money he made, regardless of community, it doesn't matter. They ever have someone get up there and talk proper, and they're, regardless if they got the experience or whatever. So, you know what I mean? Valid with the other guy, man, you know what I'm saying? But I think Willie got a chance to go to the motherfucking runoff. I really do. And, also, I wanted to say to you, bro, you said you was going to do some business out here in Houston, right? But they were talking about anti-Semitic. Bro, do you know how many Israelites are down there? They telling mugs to they face in the broad daylight downtown every Shabbat. They ain't doing nothing else. They walk around to the police, everybody. They got bullhorns. You know how they get down. I'm not in the camp, though. I never was in the camp or nothing like that. But they be getting down like that, bro. And so I'm gonna tell you something about Houston. Some of the quote unquote black guys, some of them different. You know what I mean? Some of them are totally different because they you know what I mean, they some hate mugs. And when you come from up north, but I ain't gonna say that because get a lot of love. You know what I mean? Because base. You know what I mean? They hold camp. It's a whole bunch of them. They claim it Chicago games. I done met every Chicago game down here. I mean, from here, but claiming Chicago games, even though I'm not affiliated. And all right, I'm gonna let you go, bro. Thanks for taking the call. And free the R. R gonna beat that. He ain't get sex trafficking. He ain't like it's not for pedophilia or none of that stuff. So you know what I mean? R gonna eventually reach uphill, and he's gonna get out. He ain't spending the rest of his life until. And shout out to Kim Fox for dropping that case. Show him, Mike.
All right, that's my man Jake calling all the way from Houston. You know he had to twist the knife before he got off the phone, right? But he ain't never coming home, dog. He still got 2 Fed cases. Call it. Is anybody else on the line? All right, so we're going to move on. So I was just telling – I take this last call. Call you on the Mace Jackson Show.
Morning. This is Mama D. My mother used the phrase like a rabbit in her testimony. I have lost 2 brothers, a niece, cousin, and when my sister Helen Richards became the first female CTA driver ever slain in the line of duty, on the way to the witness stand, my mother paused and she said to the murderer, to the mother of the murderer of my sister, "You have my sympathy." And then she testified, "My daughter did not deserve to be shot down like a rabbit." So grieving parents like my mother and Dr. Wilson and all the other parents that children are dying in the city of Chicago in record numbers, they have a different feeling. And it was Mayor Lori Kennedy Lightfoot. The only reason I voted for her the first time, as I said before, is because Willie Wilson told us to vote for her. But she has said that she said when she was a candidate that the Chicago Police Department in the consent decree created situations to use deadly force, just like that Scorpion unit did. So what I'm saying is this: Dr. Wilson and that little comment that Jamar made, that little age comment about him, and trying to throw slight on his Ebonic English when it's our mother tongue language in America, because that's what all we got. He will not win. Nobody wins without the senior citizen vote in the city of Chicago. And I believe we're about ready for a man of integrity. This is what he said, that his giving started when he met the president of McDonald's. And he said, all I have is my integrity, and I'm a hard worker. And that's what we need. I don't care what the polls are saying. I think prayer is bigger, greater than polls. And based on, we need somebody in there with some integrity, and somebody that's not going to tell us, well, you shoot in somebody's house. That's mutual combat. And or somebody telling us, oh, no, you can't chase down the criminals. You got to let them go. And somebody that after 4 years, the consent decree is less than 70% in compliance. And what did she do? Extended another 3 years. Paul Vallis was part of that 1980 consent decree Chicago fought against for 23 years.
Thank you, Mama D. We appreciate your call. I gotta go to the top of the hour. We got anybody else on the line? All right. If we don't have anybody else, thank you for your call. I gotta move to the top of the hour. So Riis, let's go real quick. Let's hit the What's in It for the Black People song. And then we're going to come right back. But give us a call, 872-259-7474. I was going to talk about Beyoncé, but I also want to talk about, did y'all hear about the Democratic lawmakers in Connecticut saying that they are passing a bill to stop being called LatinX? And I want to talk about it just because I want to talk about Black people and all of our right to define ourselves and not be defined by the new woke progressive generation. We'll talk about it more when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Disney on Ice presents Frozen and Encanto in one exciting family experience. Sing along with Anna and Elsa in wintry Arendelle. And celebrate the power of love, Y Familia, with Mirabel and Bruno in the show everyone will be talking about, live in your hometown. Playing Chicagoland from January 19th through February 5th. Free parking with ticket purchase. Visit DisneyOnIce.com today.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the Black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. We only got a few minutes because y'all know I got to get out of here today at 8:30. Y'all pray for me. I got to get a wisdom tooth taken out, and I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Do they give you gas for that? Will they let you go to sleep?
At least numb your mouth.
That mean I got to get a shot. I want I want some laughing gas. Anyway, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Is anybody on the line? Is that a phone call line? Okay, nobody on the line. This story jumped out to me, and I know y'all going to be like, wait a minute. What are we doing talking about LatinX? But I thought it was important that we have this conversation because I think we are the only people that have to bow down. And I was just thinking about us in this context. So, Riis, I saw a headline in the newspaper that said that 5 Latino Democratic legislators in Connecticut are trying to pass a law that will ban the use of LatinX. What's the matter, Riis? Why you got that face? No, I mean, why you make that face, Riis?
Why ban it?
Because Hispanic lawmaker says that is not a term that they have asked to be called. They said that that Spanish is a 1,000-year-old language, and Latino is the all-encompassing word. That they did not need LatinX to define them or their language, or their. As a matter of fact, a person of Puerto Rican descent said, I am offended by the use of LatinX in describing us. You see, the word Latinx was created in the 90s to be gender neutral, to help those that do not identify as male or female. They said it is not a Spanish word. It is not found in the Spanish dictionary. It is not a word that came up in theirs. It was a creation of the woke society in America. Riis, the League of United Latin American Citizens which is the oldest Latino civil rights organization in the country, also said they do not approve the use of the word Latinx when defining or discussing their community and their issues. And it got me to thinking about us. So Riis, I always grew up, first we went from Hispanic to Latino. And Hispanic was supposedly racist because they were saying that it referred to Spain, who were their conquerors. And so we heard a lot of Latino, etc. And I'm okay with whatever. But the reality is, Riis, then all of a sudden we started hearing people being referred to as Latinx. Now, you know, in Latino, Riis, now you know your name is De Juan. So your other part, you know, when it's O, it's male. When it's A, it's female. And when it's O and you're talking about the group as a whole, then it goes to O, Latinos. And everybody fits in that. And that is what the legislators were saying. Now, check this out. The Latinos said that Sarah Huckabee in Arkansas passed an executive order that also said that nowhere in Arkansas can they use the word Latinx when referring to the group. The League of United Latin American Citizens, Riis, said that while they don't agree with the cause, they don't necessarily agree that Sarah Huckabee is on their side. They think that she did the right thing. Now, she's a Republican who is, you know, she's anti all of the stuff. But they agree with the Republican in saying that we will not be redefined by people outside of our community. That as woke as you would like to be, you're not going to define us as Latinx when we don't claim to be Latinx. It is a super minority within their community that is defining all of them. Riis, if you talk to most of the people in Chicago, if you talk to people like Freud and Juan and all of those people, remember I told you a long time ago, Latinx is not what Latinos that are like our traditional Latinos want to be referred to. It is a way that makes white people feel comfortable in addressing them. But what happens when a group says we reject your wokeness? Now, I know we now take wokeness as it used to be positive, but to me, wokeness has been taken over by white folks who are seeking to redefine our, and for lack of a better word, minority groups in a way that makes them comfortable and puts their values on us. And what I see in this conversation, Riis, is the Latino legislators and community are saying, we will not allow our values. We will not be canceled. We will not be victims of the cancel culture being defined by white people who have come up with new terms to refer to us. Because quite frankly, I would tell you that Latinx is lazy. Right? It's really a lazy response to addressing Latino and Latina. I don't want to take the time out to address you as a male or a female, or because if you identify as he, she, or they, then you would be Latina, Latino, or ellas, or whatever the they is. But I want to ask, think about this. Democratic Latinos are siding with Republicans in how they should be defined. And I want to understand, do groups have the right to self-identify themselves? in spite of the Latino, in spite of the woke state of mind. Because I really feel like black folks, I really feel like what has happened is the fear of cancel culture has allowed white folks to redefine groups and statuses. And it's like that whole, like, you know, like the Black Lives Matter, and they talk about how we reject the wholesome family and all of that stuff. And quite frankly, what this says to me, Riis, is that the tight-knit Latino community will not have their values, their traditional values, compromised by people outside of their community. Because Latinx was created to make sure that gender-neutral people were included. I'm not trying to dis and uninclude gender-neutral people, but I feel like part of the destruction of families, like, let me back up, not the destruction of families. We live in a world now where they are telling us that the nuclear family in the black and Latino communities is no longer a necessity. And I honestly believe that the most successful societies, Riis, are complete families. I'm not suggesting that they're not, but is there something wrong with this traditional family construct? And why is it so important to break down the traditional family construct in diverse populations? And I'm a little bit broader. But I want you to understand, because as we get redefined, we and our community, just like we call ourselves black and brown now, have allowed ourselves to be co-opted into this hodgepodge. The Latinos, like, we ain't going. They ain't calling themselves people of color unless it's beneficial. But they also are not allowing themselves to be defined by white individuals who make themselves feel better by calling people Latinx. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. To my Latino listeners out there, and I know we got some, do you define yourself as Latinx or Latino and Latina? And who was Latinx put on you, or did you decide that you wanted to make it more convenient? Did you want to move away from it? Riis, I think it's important that we pay attention to this, because whereas we as black people feel trapped into these things where if we don't agree, we will be canceled, right? Even though the majority of us probably do identify, and I'm not allowing someone to identify as they, but should outside forces be able to determine how you are defined in the world? People of color, we are now defined as people of color, right? People of color, people that look like me, the community, all of which are not specific. And Latinx starts to take away from the individual definition of the Latino community and the way that their societies are set up. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Should Latinos be able to pass a law that does not allow them to be defined in a way that they don't like? Democratic lawmakers, Latino lawmakers, say they are offended at being called Latinx. But what Latinx does for Latinos, what they recognize is it then expands their pie. It expands their group, so now people can intrude into their space. Because I won't give you your I will create the new definition of you and then start to pile people in. We allowed that to happen. They are now passing laws in conjunction with Republicans to define themselves and their society. Wrong or right? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Reese, you anybody on the line? Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. Are Latinos wrong? If you're a Latino, do you define yourself as Latino, Latinx, or Latina? And should these legislators be passing laws that protect your definition of yourself? What's up, caller?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Who this is?
Okay, this is Tracy. I was trying not to call. However,
wait, Tracy, are you on the welcoming committee? Because today you are going to, I don't know if it's going to be Latinos, Latinx.
Okay, look. You know what? No, I'm not on the welcoming committee. However, since you brought up the new neighbors that are being imposed upon Woodlawn.
That's not what the mayor said. She said y'all was just mad that y'all didn't have y'all street paved. And if y'all got y'all street paved, y'all would be letting people...
She wasn't at the meeting. Had she come to the meeting, then she would know that the Woodlawn community residents have been advocating for years, ever since the school was closed, to have Wadsworth turned into a community center or something to help the people who've been there for decades and were denied at every turn. Had she been at the meeting Saturday, she would know that her people said that the reason they were able to turn a non-residential space into resident was because of J.B. Pritzker's emergency COVID declaration. However, on the news yesterday, they said J.B.'s emergency COVID declaration is going to be over with as of May 11th, when Biden's emergency COVID declaration comes. So, to my understanding, as of May 11th, they'll be in there illegally unless somebody changes the law. But that's not what I called for, man.
What did you call for, Tracy?
But I called to say that absolutely everyone has the right to self-identify. It's shame on us that we haven't been. And to that end, can we work together to get some local, state, and federal legislators to put forth a bill to designate freedmen as an ethnicity on government forms in the same way that Hispanic or Latino is currently designated? And it's not discriminatory. It's a way to disaggregate the population and get a proper count of who's what. Freedman is not a racist term. It's the legal term that describes persons that gain their rights through the 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment. Those of us who are lucky enough to be descendants of freedmen, that means our roots run deeper than everybody whose ancestors came over on Ellis Island. And it's incumbent upon us to advocate for ourselves the same way that we see our brown brothers and sisters advocating for themselves. Let's not hate on them. Let's do for ourselves.
I'm with you on that.
And that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Tracy.
So no, I think the people have absolute right to advocate for themselves.
Yeah, I feel like we've lost that right. Now, Ness says, thank you, Tracy. I appreciate your call. Ness says that the way woke has been redefined by people, we are now dissing people. I'm going to say that we gave that word up. Like, that word woke is now gone. I mean, it did mean consciousness, but when the are you suggesting that all the white people running around say woke are conscious? No, I think we lost control of that. And now woke is no longer in our universe. It's not our lexicon. And so woke gets us Latinx. Woke gets us people of color, right? Woke gets us intersectionality. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Should Latinos have the right to self-determine how they are referred to? They said there ain't no Latinx in their vocabulary. They said we've been defining ourselves for the last 1,000 years through Latino and Latina, and now y'all want to come in and make us Latinx? No, we're not accepting it. And so they're passing legislation. And it's funny because they're even though they disagree with Republicans, they think the Republicans that are banning the use of it are doing the right thing. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What you got for me?
Shalom, shalom.
What up, King? Uh-oh. I know we ain't a crayon in the box. Give it to me. What's up, King? How you feeling?
I'm trying to be humble as I can. Man, I feel great. The Most High woke me up. I think they got all the right in the world to advocate for whatever they want to be. I just wish somebody had the guts to go down on Fifth Flow, Springfield, and Washington D.C. to advocate for us. Because I hear everybody talking about Freeman, Adolf. I think we got more rights under Negro, if I'm mistaken, than anything. We colored, and I already know black and brown is a color. So I don't want to generate no more letters for you, but we just need to be who we are. The Hebrews of the Bible, man. Maybe you mentioned that. We are them people. The world owe us. So I ain't thinking about America right now. Saudi Arabia, all them people owe us. So all I'm saying, them Latins can do what they want to do, and they know what their nationality is. They know they ain't Spaniards, because that's the Spanish here. Them people conquered their land. So, man, it's a deep situation we're in. And back up a little bit, I want to apologize yesterday publicly. I wasn't going off on you. It's a bunch of behind the scenes going on. This invest on 79th Street.
Okay.
I hope nobody gets physically hurt, but it's getting out of order. Ooh. But I just want to let you know. Yeah, it is, because they playing games. If the lady said that's our, I wasn't in the room. That lady say that's our, yeah, that's our reparations. There ain't no Europeans to be touching nothing of ours.
All right, hey.
But anyway,
you know how I work in Illinois. They had a right. You read that slave master letter, you would have understood that. But King, I appreciate you, man. I see you.
That's the problem. I know how to read. That's the problem. I know how to read. Like you said, you know how to count.
We gotta stop this reading and count, man. This reading, writing, arithmetic. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. Should Latinos have the right to self-determine how they are referred to? And are we wrong for calling them Latinx if they ain't got them? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Reggie. I watched the mayor election and not election, but the debate on WBGX Channel 9, and I noticed no one said anything to Chewy about how he played Robin Kelly to the African American community, and he kept saying the Black and Brown coalition. Nobody called him out on that. That's the first thing. The second thing is I noticed Willie Wilson keeps wearing a red tie to identify with the Republican base. And nobody's calling him out on that. And then my third thing I want to say is the AR-15s that they've taken away from the Illinois. If you look, it's a Republican made 3 lawsuits and won all 3. And downstate, people are buying AR-15s if their name is on the list. So I got a feeling pretty soon they're going to turn the tables on us that the inner city people can't have them, but the outer city can.
That's a deep one. I'm going to go back. I'm going to hit a couple of them. I don't think that red tie defines you as a Republican, because if you pay attention, Sophia King wears red every time she comes on too. What she defined it as is trying to be, with everybody wearing blue and black, there's an opportunity to stand out. With the downstate lawsuit, I wish I could get my name on it, but I do hear you on that one. What was the first one he said? Willie Wilson. Red tie. Anyway, I appreciate the call, man. That's the good stuff. Anybody else on the line? Call you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Maze.
Hey, what's your name? I knew who it was. You know I know who it is. What's your name? This who?
It's Janessa.
That's what I said. What your name is? I know. I thought I wasn't crazy. And you better tell Ness, hey, man, woke done got stole from us, man. If you woke is gone.
Because it is people that allow their cool white friends to crack a joke about something that is very serious to us. It is about nationality and culture when it comes down to what people call you. Black people have been, however you want to say it, okay, Black, Hebrew, whatever you want to call us, we have been lumped into one so-called melting pot. And the Latinos refuse to be. They want to be in that melting pot, but I'm the Latino that adds the flavor to this pot. Just the same thing with Arabs.
the culture does not allow for any country, any law to denigrate what it means. And we don't understand that because we don't have a nationality, because we don't have culture. We have a culture that we have created and that we have rocked with, and we have allowed everybody else to have a part of. Just like you said, woke is gone because we didn't fight for it. We don't know how to fight for it. What do we say? We'll sit there and agree with people about, oh yeah, you woke, you too woke, things like that. But now the fact that consciousness has become a bad thing and knowing what it is has become such a bad thing, the Latinos are like, hell no. And I'm with them. Why allow somebody white who has nothing to do with your culture as far as a Cinco de Mayo, and they celebrate that all the way wrong, right? To define what it is and who you are. You just don't allow that. And I don't blame it. It's not about black or white. Like you said, white people are white first. We need to learn how to be black first, just like the Latinos are Latinos first. I'm with them all the way. We need to be able to define ourselves. I'm going to close with this. I really want everybody to look up the form SF 181, Sam Frank 181. Look at that form and just look at all of the way that they define all of the racial groups that are here in America, and look at how they define black and where they tell you black people where how they define white and where they are located, and how screwed up everything is. And I agree with King Israel so much every time he says it. Jacob too. Anytime they talk about nationality, because that's what matters. Once we get that, we'll do better. Love you, man.
Love you back, and thank you for my Dunkin' Donuts. I appreciate you. Anybody else on the line? Look, callers, I gotta let y'all go in a minute because how many calls we got up there? 2 calls. Callers, you got 2 minutes, and then I gotta let y'all go because I gotta go get this 2 pull. What's up, caller? You on the May Jackson Show?
Maze, this Reggie again. The first one was Chewy Garcia saying the Black and Brown Coalition, but none of them called him out on what he did with Rob McCallum.
Because ain't nobody gonna call him out. Real talk. Like, just be clear. We the only ones that be mad about that stuff. And the other part about calling out him over Robin Kelly was Robin Kelly did the same thing to us the year before. So it's like it's good for the goose, good for the gander. But thank you for that. Last call.
Maze,
go ahead, Ray.
Maze, last thing.
Go ahead.
Last thing. Your wife should have won because the tax guy now is throwing everybody, and they deserve it.
And thank you very much, and I'm glad you said it. I'm going to keep it to myself. And I think somebody should ask Chewy, does he regret his endorsement? But quite frankly, quite a few people on that stage endorsed him, and now are sitting up talking about they ain't going to raise no property taxes. But that's a conversation for another day. Last call. Caller, you on the Mace Jackson Show.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call.
James, what up, dog?
What's up, brother? I just want to say this is just another way of white people trying to colonize people, and I appreciate the Hispanics for rejecting it. They're trying to merge blacks and Hispanics. For example, God, Jesus. You know, they call it Jesus. You know, trying to merge people. You know, when you talk about what am I trying to say? I think I forgot my thoughts. I can't think of what I was going to say right now. So I know you have a dental appointment. Negro. That means black in Spanish. You know, and then they call us Negroes.
They don't call us. They call us Mayetes. They say negro when they being nice, but they call us Mayetes, which means niggers. That's what they do.
So who calls us Negroes? The white people call us Negroes.
No,
so once again, I said they trying to merge communities, and they call it LatinX now. You know, who's the first X you knew about? Malcolm X. You know, this is another attempt to try to merge communities then I'm not trying to be together like this black and brown thing. It's not working, you know. So I apologize for losing my train of thought. And this is what I wanted to say.
Thank you, James. I gotta let you go, cuz, and you know I was waiting for the woman part of this because I knew you was gonna be like that one time with my lady. But I gotta go because I gotta go I don't want to miss this dental appointment. So look, y'all pray for me, and then I need y'all to call me back because I want to know what happened at Tony Preckwinkle and Black Joy. I heard she was laughing at Black Death. What? Huh? Anyway, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing